Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Delayed W podcast. That boy Saint will not be the host of this episode. It's your boy Polo Don, also known as Kiki the DON. As we proceed to give you what you need, we got the usual panel up here. We got that boy Warwolf.
Howdy.
We got that boy King Beast.
Yes, sir. Nigga in here.
We got that boy Saint.
Yo.
And we have our two special guests, Corb, also known as Zeus. Stream his albums on Spotify.
Yes, sir. Hey, yo, what's this beat tough though? Whatever this beat is, it's tough.
Yes, sir. And we have a new guest from the PlayStation, Swag Boss Boy 23.
What's up, Swagoo?
What's up, man?
Do you have a certain nickname that you want us to call you on here, bro?
Oh,
we call him Swagoo.
We call him the biggest Gucci.
All right, yeah. Also known as the biggest Gucci.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So I don't know if the rest of y'all have watched The Greatness That Is No Way Home, but in honor of that, we decided to do a little Spider-Man tier list.
Oh yeah, and I just want to say real quick, y'all can fuck with this bot in the Discord chat and turn it down if it's too loud for y'all.
Oh yeah, I turned it
I just want to freestyle to that beat.
Yes, sir.
Niggas can't take them nowhere about them trying to freestyle.
Wet on your heady.
Okay.
Ooh.
So where would y'all like to start at?
I want to start at this amazing Spider-Man slender that I have. I'm sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ, here we go.
Yeah, because you was talking about it, King, and I gotta keep it real, bruh.
Okay.
That movie's ass. I don't care what you say. Uncle Ben died over some milk.
Bro, that is your only gripe with him. Stop.
I have to disagree with that, but
Well, no. To be real though, something I realized out of the No Way Home. Y'all can probably disagree or agree with me. I think the Amazing Spider-Man took themselves a little too serious.
No, I can understand that.
The tone of the movies
because
and stuff, it was very serious and realistic.
The tone was because the tone was trying to be more darker. Because a lot of people used to have that notion that Raimi's films were very campy. And even though when you really look back and watch those movies, there's a nice balance between campiness and like dark at the same time.
I mean, that's superheroes in general, though. I mean, like the only darker one that's like started it off was like Blade, but throughout time, it's always been the goofy Batman movie, a little bit the Superman movies.
But the Amazing Spider-Man also was competing against the Dark Knight trilogy too, because those
Did that
was
come
out
around
at the same time.
The Dark
Yeah.
Knight,
The Dark Knight Rises dropped the same year.
The Dark Knight Rises came out the same year, and Avengers came out the same year.
Yeah, so they was basically competing against both of those. So
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
Damn, I gotta say fuck the Dark Knight for doing that shit. Am I wrong though? Because I mean, them shits was, when you look at it, it's really fucking serious.
I
think
think
it kind of.
what you saying.
Well, yeah, that's what I always tell. That's when I always tell people, like, I love the Dark Knight. Don't get it twisted, but niggas act like it's just the greatest thing since Obama became president. Like for a casual, I could see somebody saying that, but as somebody who regularly reads comics, it's great. Don't get it twisted. It is really great still, but I feel like it had caused that notion of every movie after this got to be just as serious and just as gritty as The Dark Knight, and that's not the case.
And that works more for Batman than Spider-Man, because Batman is more of a darker character than Spider-Man, so it kind of works for Batman, but that darker tone really doesn't work for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's versatility allows him to be light or dark.
Yeah, that is true. It's like with the Man of Steel. That's why a lot of people had a problem with the Man of Steel, because how dark it was.
No, that movie got a lot of issues. I like the movie.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like a lot
I
of
like it too.
What was I supposed to do?
Let him die? Maybe. Yes.
Huh?
Well, no, I didn't. My first issue was that this motherfucker didn't start being Superman until he was fucking 30. But you could have had a family. You got your prime.
So it's like
Steve Nash ass prime. The fuck?
Okay, but so let's start with the '60s Spider-Man, since that's technically the first adaptation that we got outside of the comics. So wherever y'all personally rate the '60s, I don't know if y'all watched every episode, but
I watched
From what I can remember,
what
I can remember, I did enjoy it.
So
I'll put it S tier in my opinion.
No, Spider-Man. You putting that in Spider-Man tier?
Because it's got so many memes that are still relevant today, bro. It's like,
I mean, memes, yeah, but I feel,
but I'm not putting that in my
but
S tier,
I wouldn't put it in S tier. I would probably put it in maybe mid tier.
Nah, I wouldn't put it in mid tier. It's high tier,
because it's like, well,
I'm a mid.
especially for that time, bro. I'm putting that in high tier. Even then, I didn't grow up in those '60s, but I was watching that mug before animated series when I was little. Because they used to play that mug all the time.
I'm not gonna lie. I remember Amazing Friends more than I remember this.
Ooh, I forgot about that. But
Like,
I watched
no high tier.
Friends.
I wouldn't have a problem with it being in high or mid tier.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You saying
if you like, I'm only saying mid tier because like I understand, I get it, because that show literally came out 5 years after Spider-Man was created, so they didn't really have a lot of source material to go off of. So that's why I feel like that second and third season you saw them create some of their own villains and stuff, and some of it just didn't work.
Oh no,
in my opinion. And
give me a villain.
And you had and you had a lot of recycled animation and whatnot, to the point where it was noticeable. Like it wasn't like 90s Spider-Man where it's like I can tell this is reused, but at least it kind of matches the scenery in the background. I'm seeing the same shots of Spider-Man swinging 5-6 times on this mug.
Yeah, that is true. The reason why I said it would be S tier is because it's like the first one, and really really push Spider-Man to another level as far as animated go. We've never seen him on
I will say, out of all those 60 shows that came out, he was the best one. I will say that.
Yeah, that is true.
I say high tier, bro.
All right,
Corey, what you
y'all cool with high tier?
I mean, I don't. Bro,
I personally have to.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know nothing about.
I personally find it to be mid tier, but I'm not.
Gonna be silent till we talk about Raimi and up.
But I'm not mad but if y'all put it in high tier, I'm not gonna be mad because I understand the reasoning for it being in high tier.
All right, that's bottom high tier. Fuck it.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, that show does not hold up as far as quality.
Anything, shit, except me.
It doesn't. So
okay.
I wouldn't be mad if he says.
So the next show on our list would be the 1980s Spider-Man, and you can just double that up with Amazing Friends as well.
All right, where the picture for Amazing Friends at? Because I've definitely seen that shit. Oh, we don't have it on this. That's crazy. They had everything but Amazing Friends. And I can't add it because it won't let me make my own fucking list.
Okay, well, we will just put that as an honorable mention then at the end.
I ain't gonna lie. That's still a high tier for me.
But I will put it in high tier.
I will put it in high
tier. Money said honorable mention.
But I would put it in high tier though, if we did have it.
But where we at? 90 Spider-Man shit. Where that nigga at?
S tier, period.
Oh God, no Kel.
I'll say that's S tier for sure.
Because that was literally the first Spider-Man. Because a lot of people don't realize it, that's literally the show that got our generation and many other kids into Spider-Man, like that particular show. And it covered a lot of ground. It covered stuff from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s up until that point.
Got that weak ass clothes sock in there.
Like
That was so fire as a kid too.
they tweaked. They, in my opinion, they kind of tweaked the clone. They. I'm not gonna say they
did. It was better.
Yeah, like they honestly kind of made it a little better. And without that show, you wouldn't have got Spider-Verse. So,
oh God,
Still mad about the ending though. Wish it would
But
have
they got Ben
ending.
Riley in there, bro. That's all that matters.
and
Now he hated me with a passion.
this is
Spider
beginning to sound like a bad comic book plot.
I want that gas.
All right.
After all that, I still want that gas.
Yes, and you had better
Oh,
deliver.
I know.
And then also, just
here we go. Wait.
And the crossovers too.
Yeah, the crossovers too.
Yep.
Like you have Blade, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, War Machine,
Fantastic Four, all them.
X-Men. You have all these characters.
That nigga led the Avengers. Shit.
Okay, so now here we are. We are talking about the first Spider-Man movie and the first Spider-Man game.
Hold on. We talk about Unlimited first. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
That shit came right after.
I would say mid-tier, right?
Yeah.
The ending was garbage.
The ending was garbage, but I feel like most things up to that point was high tier.
It was until they canceled it. So it was
I would put it at mid tier only because it was so different from the 90s Spider-Man and the 80s Spider-Man because they tried to because I always tell people all the time, if that show was about Spider-Man 2099, it would have been
fire. That should have been
way
better.
better.
Oh my God.
Made sense.
Big Miguel O'Hara, big Mexican nigga.
And I think personality wise, it's like, yes, it's good, but I just feel like it had too many things going up against it at that time because it had Batman Beyond, it had Pokemon.
Yeah. I feel like that's why they forced it to go to the future because they saw Batman Beyond take off.
But I think this came out before Batman Beyond, maybe a little bit over a month.
Then what was they doing?
They were just trying to capitalize off of the success of the 90s, but they didn't feel like continuing the 90s, so that's why they did what they did.
That's so stupid. Because I would have wanted to see him try to find Mary Jane throughout the multiverse and all that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have Spider-Man 1, which came out in 2002, along with the game.
This is it right here.
S tier, my nigga.
No. That's not the game. This
is the game.
That actually came out first, but that's Neversoft Spider-Man. I will put that in S tier.
S tier, my nigga.
Oh,
I will put that in S tier.
Big bank robbery.
Yes, sir. I will put that in S tier.
Okay.
Now, Enter Electro, I will put that in mid tier.
Yeah, that definitely can go mid tier.
because it felt like the story was okay, but it definitely felt like a downgrade from the first Spider-Man game. And now here we are talking about Raimi's Spider-Man 1 along with his video game.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Put that in S
the movie is S tier.
The movie is S tier. Like it
somebody.
If people gotta ask the question, why that's S tier, bro? They got problems.
Look, I don't care. Nobody say that is the most realist. That's the most realist movie out of both Raimi and MCU trilogy. That movie is as real as it can get, as brutal as it can get, bro. That motherfucker is semi-rated R, bro. That motherfucker makes
it's just the perfect origin story, in my opinion.
PG-13, but that motherfucker really rated R.
I have a father.
You know, hey, bodies were caught.
Oh God! You killed those people on that balcony.
And that's the thing I was getting ready to say too. I felt like
3 minutes.
I got you for 3 minutes.
3 minutes of
playtime. And I just feel like it captured his if you wanted to know everything about Spider-Man from his origin, outside of the organic women, that's where you would watch it.
Like you had Macho Man in that movie, bro. Like you can't tell me nothing.
Like you had, like and you had all this hype
Randy
behind it.
Savage.
You had William Dafoe in it, who did just a phenomenal job.
We had the
You
human spider.
The human spider.
Campbell.
That boy Peter started that film as a boy and came out a man.
Man, that web slinging, bro.
The only
That shit
thing
was crazy the first time you see it.
the only
Yes,
thing,
bruh.
the only gripe that I have with Spider-Man 1 is the CGI doesn't hold up. But I can excuse it because it's
No fucking
2002.
shit.
Yeah.
And two.
The reason you
But
don't
everything
see
else
a lot of the CGI fall apart is because they did a lot of practical shit, though.
Yeah. But that movie's definitely S tier, bro.
That's definitely the real nigga movie.
Okay, so where would y'all put the game in?
Where's the game at? There you go, right there. There you go. I
would
see
say
it.
the game is high tier, bro. I don't know if it's would be S tier.
Well, there's top tier above high tier.
I would put it in high tier. I
High
would put
tier.
the-
High tier.
I would
Just
put it in
because
high
you
tier.
couldn't really walk around.
See, I might.
It was like one of the starting of the better Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
See, now I would put it closer to top tier because I had the Craven level.
Yes, sir.
But no, that shit was gas. I love the stealth in that game too. I really
Yeah.
loved that. I felt fear in my heart, but I say it stays at high tier.
All right. Now here we go to the meat and the potatoes.
The
That was-
MTV series, shit.
Yes, sir. I gotta put MTV. I would probably put it in top tier, honestly.
Oh god, because I still want. Somebody's like making a fan made season 2, like they're CGI animating it and all that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I've been keeping up with that mug. Cause not only was it a spinoff from Spider-Man 1, it got more. Like it didn't adapt his villains, but some of his villains, but it definitely felt like a mixture. It felt like, okay, I'm looking at Raimi's Spider-Man, but I'm also looking at a mixture as if he's in the comic books too.
Look, that boy had Craven in there.
Oh,
That-
what's that
I'm
old
not
girl
going
name?
back to the gulag. No,
What's that
it
old
called?
girl name? with
That
the,
girl Peter was dating a black girl
Mindy?
in that show too. So that's all.
yeah, the black girl. Yeah.
No,
The black girl. That was Mindy. She was Asian or Indian or
She-
something.
No, the black
Indy.
girl, bro.
Indy.
The thief.
Oh,
Oh, that black cat. Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
version of black cat. Okay, yeah. Oh, damn. I know who you talking about. Ain't that number
Yeah.
5? Ain't that Foxy? Ain't that Foxy from Drawn Together?
Was that Cree Summers?
yeah,
Nah.
sure.
Nah,
It
wasn't
really
Cree
was.
Summers.
No,
I
it
was
was
thinking
Eve.
it was.
It was Eve. No, it was Eve.
Oh, okay. You know, I used to Cree Summers voicing every black woman, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she was. Yeah.
you know what's it called? We talking about some shit. That ending with the twins and shit, it threw me off for a little bit, but that shit was good.
That ending is arguably.
No, that
I
was
think-
Cree Summers. You wrong. That was Cree Summers.
What
Think.
for?
Oh no. She was actually in there. She was actually Professor Williams.
Oh, see, I knew her voice was in there. Shit. You got fucking Big Barry and Spider-Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like
Fucking-
I'm not gonna I'm finna hit y'all with a real hot take, but if you watch that hour-long finale, that Mind Games Part 1 and 2, that is arguably more emotional than No Way Home, and it's more grounded too.
Shit, we get the Rick costume and all that. A1 from day one.
Yeah.
And
They
just
did-
the fact that he did what happened, I'm not gonna spoil it because I feel like that is I feel like that's a really good show to watch.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil that part. That one was tough.
Hey, look, I'm gonna spoil something. Fuck it, it's not from the end though. Them niggas killed off the lizard with the quickness, boy. I love how they added him. But I'm so annoyed with how that nigga dead ass just fell off the top of a building and died, and then his arm didn't grow back.
Yeah, and then they killed off Electro too.
No, he died and came back.
He died and came back though.
But I do like how it was a more darker approach. Like it was very much dark. Like that's the one thing I will say I do applaud them for having it be on MTV because it was a more darker adaptation.
You think Neil Patrick Harris would go back to that role?
I would like it very much.
I mean,
but,
he
They did
did
it on
in
Hulu or something.
I mean, he did in Shattered Dimensions, but
No, I mean if Disney will put it on Hulu.
You mean that they revived it and whatnot?
Yeah, if they do a season 2 on Hulu, because you know that they own it.
I honestly think he would.
Now, what's it called? Damn, I can't. Now, the Harry Osborne, that nigga like a Hispanic nigga with some big lips, bro.
I didn't like how they
Not
dyed.
gonna lie,
I
he
didn't like
did.
how they dyed his hair blonde. That was my only gripe with him.
That messed me up too. That's why I think he's Hispanic now. He had a whole gender change.
Well, to be fair, I used to think Superman was black, so
he is.
Wow.
It's that other one. The other one I'm thinking about.
Yeah. All right.
Is that friend or foe?
Yes, sir.
Let's dive in that mug. In that mug, bro.
Hold on, we got to get to what's it called now? The real meat, the oven meat and potatoes.
Go ahead, put that S tier, bro.
Come on, you already know the music, bro. Something about the Raimi trilogy. The music was always busting.
It's personal. It's grounded. It shows you why. It shows you how hard it is for this nigga to be Spider-Man on a daily basis.
Hey, now that you mentioned it, I did have a wet block.
Exactly. Existential crisis, you know. And I get those all the time. So where would y'all put the game then? Because if we talk,
it's
exactly.
not even a conversation.
That's one of the best Spider-Man games of all time.
When you randomly fight a mech in the game, come on.
Nigga said a mech. I hated them little fucking robot mechs.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the big ones. The big ones was fun to fight too.
And that game was actually kind of hard too.
I had the Shocker.
That mug actually was hard.
I chased Shocker down, but in back-to-back games and whooped his ass.
Sir.
He put fear in my heart in that first game though.
Yes, sir. Especially that subway where you had to dodge them blasts. So where would y'all put Ultimate Spider-Man in the game?
S tier.
I would honestly, for the story, if we talking story, I would put it in S tier. But if we're talking just gameplay or overall, I would probably put it in top tier. Only because when you play Spider-Man 2 and then you go to that, you can really tell there's a downgrade. There's certain things that you can't do in Ultimate Spider-Man that you can do in Spider-Man 2. And I do like the comic book shade. I do like the story of it.
Right.
I do feel like Venom, in my opinion, and I know this is probably going to be a hot take, I feel like he was underused as far as the gameplay aspect is concerned. Because every 5 missions you play as Spider-Man, there's one Venom mission. And I feel like there should have been a balance between them, like a true balance.
I feel like the game definitely should have been longer. But for what we got, especially when they strayed from like the comic books and all that and decided to do their own thing after a while, because we know how Gwen Stacy ended up being Carnage and shit, or got killed by him and all that. In Ultimate Spider-Man, Carnage was made from Peter's blood by Dr. Connors. And then, because Gwen was staying with them at the time, because her mama had abandoned them and her daddy died. This is from the movie. From the comic.
This is in the
I
comics.
was about to say. I never owned the game.
Because they never included her, I think, yet, because either she just wasn't in there yet, or she had just been introduced or some shit. She hadn't been killed off yet.
The game was actually supposed to be canon to the comic book.
Which is confusing because it can't be because of what they did in the comic. But straight away, it's still pretty good.
There's certain things that they took out because they actually did adapt some of the story in there, but they took certain things out.
Now, I think if they actually redid the Ultimate Spider-Man and redropped that shit, they followed the comic books, oh my god, that would go insane, bro. I swear to God.
Bless you. All right, so.
But I have that in S tier for me.
Yeah, you can go ahead and put that in S tier.
That shit was too crazy.
All right, so what's next? Spider-Man Battle for New York is actually next. I don't know if anyone else has played that, but I would personally put that in top tier.
I don't think I played. No, I didn't play.
I hadn't played it. I'm not afraid to say it. And we also have the Game Boy Spider-Man right here.
Didn't play none of those.
I didn't play it. Yeah, those are old, Ryan. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't played none of those. So you can just go ahead and put those 3 right there and can't remember.
Hey, look, I had the Spider-Man 2 game on my Game Boy, though.
Yes, sir.
That shit was fun.
I had Spider-Man 2 on the PSP and Spider-Man 1 on the PS2.
All right, now what's it called? Because I haven't played this. You said you put it where, Kiki?
Nah, just go ahead and put it on Can't Remember since most of y'all ain't played it.
Yeah,
Because
I ain't play that
it
mode.
wouldn't be fair for me to put that in top tier, and none of y'all have actually played that. It's a good game though. It's not better than Ultimate Spider-Man, like the actual Ultimate Spider-Man though.
All right, so now 2005? We should be on Spider-Man 3 now.
Yes, sir.
I do like Spider-Man 3. I ain't gonna, the game? Or are we talking about the movie?
Both, but we're talking about the movie first.
Hold on. I think y'all need to move Spider-Man PS2 game to top tier and put Spider-Man 3 at high tier.
I would not put Spider-Man 3 in high tier. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hear me out, bro. Hear me out.
You talking about the movie or game? You talking about
the movie. The reason for that, bro, after rewatching it a couple times, I understood the hate, but really, it's not a bad movie at all.
It never was.
I've been telling you this for years. I've been telling you this for years. It's not a bad movie. It's a mess, but it's not a bad movie.
And there's so much references where I'm like, holy shit. Like the piano lessons reference, bro, that Jesus.
Like if they would have had just Sandman and Spider-Man fight, I would have never had a problem with that movie.
If they would have had Harry and Sandman, it'd have been perfect. They could have just done those two and it would have been great.
Yeah,
it would have been
that
nice too.
Well, that's the thing though. What a lot of people don't realize is that Avi Arad forced Sam Raimi to put Venom in there.
This is what it is.
And so to counter that, originally Spider-Man 3 was gonna be in 2 parts. He was like, okay, I'll put him in there, but it's gonna be 2 parts. But then Sony was like, no, do it in 1 movie. So then that's why you kind of get it clustered and whatnot. And to be fair, I think Topher actually didn't do. I think he should have bulked up, but I don't think he was just bad as Eddie Brock. Like
he wasn't at all.
He wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think he needed to bulk up just because it's Venom. You got all that.
It was the Venom design that I didn't like.
I didn't like Venom. I didn't like Venom as a character, if that makes sense. Like I didn't like how he didn't use weed. I didn't like how he kind of kidnapped Mary Jane. I didn't really like that because I felt like that's something Venom wouldn't do.
Yeah, he would just pull up and fuck with him. He would play with his mental.
What Venom you talking about? Because if you talking about like animated series, that Venom definitely would have kidnapped her. That nigga was a menace.
He would have done that after messing with him for like a week straight. He dropping him insane.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, but the fight scene was great. I don't care if nobody say that fight scene at the end
for sure
was great.
Yeah,
the combo moves.
But that's the thing. Even as a kid, I never thought the movie was bad. I just didn't like Venom. I didn't like it. I felt like that. Like I felt like that was rushed. But if you're talking about the game, I don't know. Personally, because it felt like Spider-Man 2 with a paint job, like a worse Spider-Man 2, I would just personally put it in low tier.
See, the thing that killed it for me off rip was the fact that you had to upgrade your swing throughout the story when it should have just basically been left alone.
Yeah, I liked how Spider-Man 2 where you had to get hero points and whatnot. But the one thing I like, and you could just go to the Spidey store, buy your upgrade, call it a day. But I will give Spider-Man 3 the game credit because it did have variety. I will give it that with its mission structure.
But I don't like how that I don't like how the Spider-Man one they took out all the stealth. I love stealth with Spider-Man. It's just fun to creep up on people.
Yeah,
sir. Is this higher top tier for the movie?
I would put it.
I think that's high tier. And move Spider-Man PS2 game up to top tier.
Okay, so
there's too much stuff, bro. When you look at it, like
now look. You said top. Did we say top tier or high tier for the game?
I said low tier.
Low tier.
Low tier. Like, hey, we had Mega Lizard. We had Ultra Lizard now.
But
that game wasn't. That game didn't hit like Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't necessarily a bad game. It just didn't hit. It didn't hit like those other two.
Hey, look, them Q2Es were cool though.
Yeah, of course. Especially for me because that was like on 360. That was the first game I had. Spider. So for me, I have a lot of nostalgia for it. But like it didn't. Even me playing, I was like, it's cool, but it don't hit like Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 1. It really don't. Like,
All right, so
This
now
was a fun game. I definitely had fun playing it. I did.
definitely
nah,
after I got the swing upgrade.
we gotta go to friend or foe.
That friend or foe, I remember playing that shit with my brother for hours. I remember
I'm not
when you
gonna
knocked
lie
the
to you.
enemy in the air, you could keep grabbing
I'm
and throw
not
him in the
gonna lie to you.
ground.
That's low tier. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, you didn't like it, Kiki?
Look, listen. It is great when you're like 8 or 9. It's fucking great.
Oh my
But
gosh.
But
That's
at
great for
23,
brain
Hold on, what year
What
did
at-
that come out, bro? Wait a minute.
it came out a couple of months after Spider-Man 3.
This Spider-Man friend or foe?
No, that wasn't no couple months after that. No.
Yes, it was. I
Yeah,
swear.
well, it's because it had New Goblin in it.
Yes, it was. Look it up.
That came out
Yeah,
in 07 because the next year we had Web of Shadows.
Because in 07, that's when I had moved in my mom's place.
I promise you that game came out in
There's no
2007.
way.
I
There's no
cannot
way.
There
make
was
that
no
I
up.
was living in apartments when Spider-Man.
Sounds like
I remember. I remember my mom came home from the mall, got me those pecans. I don't know, y'all, they still got them.
That was 2007, bro.
I know y'all used to remember them. I don't know if
Yeah.
they still doing the mall. Remember them? They had the pecans, bro. The roasted
Yes,
pecans,
sir.
and the little purple.
Yes, sir.
wrapping.
Yeah,
my
look
mom
at,
brought that in the game. I said, "Oh shoot,
Look at that
Spider-Man 3?
look at that Big Saint. Both of them came out the same year.
That's crazy."
They was trying to get that
Who
cash because they knew
developed
this.
that, though?
They knew the series was over.
Who developed that? And what
Very-
month was that? What month was that?
October.
Oh, that makes
Be
sense.
not
Yeah.
touched it.
Yeah, that makes sense because I moved out. Yeah, we moved out of the apartments and into the house.
I think
on 1st of
Beanox just
July.
published it, right? I don't think they made it.
No, they developed it.
Oh, they developed it.
All right. Oh,
Yeah, that
this
makes
game.
Publisher Activision. What was the
That's
other publisher?
crazy.
So
Yeah,
Locher,
Oh. I thought they
No,
were,
you
I
gotta
thought
shut
they
up
were
with
doing
your
that
mouth.
Activision thing where they
Because,
released
like I
two
said,
games at the
it's
same
great.
time.
It's great when you're fucking 8 or 9 years old, but it's not like I'm. Put
I
it to you
do like the
this.
roster
Yeah,
because
put it to
you
you
can
like
be
this.
blatant and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Put it to you like this: you can play Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 at 23 and 24. You can play those games. I can't. I'm not finna sit up there and play friend or foe. Like I'm
I'm
not.
definitely not. I liked it when I was younger, but now, nah, I ain't playing.
Y'all look at the podcast chat.
What is wrong with you?
Hold on. You said the podcast. I gotta scroll around for
Like,
that.
look
Yeah.
at this. Look at that. You can't sit up here and tell. Look at that.
Oh, I'm about to bust. Yes. Oh my god.
Like, look at,
Yeah.
look at that.
That was the first shit I thought of.
That was literally the first boss you fight.
I'm not gonna lie, you gotta put that on the last tier, bro.
Oh,
That's below
dog.
low tier.
The power of the sun
This
in the
nigga
palm of my
this,
hand.
This nigga said put it in Avian Rock territory.
You gotta put that there.
Yeah,
I'm
Kiki, I
sorry.
ain't gonna lie, bro.
Look, I'm not mad at that. I
Oh
would
my
personally put that
god.
low tier, but I ain't mad.
Yeah. Yeah, give me that zoom in. Yeah.
Why is his hair? Why is his hair like
Is he
that?
have a mustache?
That Charizard.
Penguin,
It's
bro.
like a
You
mole.
don't look like Doctor.
It's like a mole. It's like a mole on the face. It's like a
Oh
mole
man.
at the same time.
Hey yo, they have. Oh yo, remember the super moves they had?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Them
Bring
must
that up.
definitely went crazy.
And then
Oh,
Harry came
no.
back to life too, bro. I remember that.
Bro,
Yeah.
that was
Well,
that,
it's a
that was
spinoff,
horrible.
though.
It's a spinoff where nobody died.
Yeah.
Bro, that game was so. As a kid, I thought that mode was cool, but
Yeah,
now,
so I
bro,
said, like, as a
Oh,
kid,
I hate. Hey, no, look, I hated fighting. Hold on, where they at? Exit out. I hated fighting these motherfuckers. Where they at? I hated fighting these big bitches right here.
Oh yeah.
them niggas used to piss me off.
Whoop my
yeah,
ass,
King.
bro.
King, you gotta move that to the bottom.
Oh
tier, bro.
my goodness.
Yeah, I ain't
You
gonna lie.
gotta
That
move that to the bottom
definitely.
Kobe and Shaq. But that,
And you
those
know
are,
what's funny? The
those are
PSP
memories,
version
bro.
of this
Nah, that
game
must
is
be
even- the
trash.
PSP version of this game is even worse.
oh, I believe you.
I'm glad I didn't play that. Hex.
All right, yeah, that could go down the Avia rod.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're in 2008, the year
Web of
of
Shadows, baby.
Hey, I would say
Whether
it's top tier, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I do mess with Web of
I
Shadows.
will put
Hey,
Web
look.
Shadow.
What kills it is the voice acting. Literally,
What-
Spider-Man's voice acting kills
I
it.
will put honestly, I will put Web of Shadows on high tier because the story isn't terrible, but it's like you kind of got to turn off your brain and you have to act like it's a B horror Spider-Man movie. Game,
Gotta
but
be
the
brain dead for this
combat,
game.
but the combat is great. It's the best
I had
combat
so
we've
much
ever.
fun playing that.
It is
It's the best combat we've ever had.
It's the
Yeah,
best
that
combat
was
we've ever
fun.
had in a Spider-Man
Oh,
game.
now
Period.
if we had dodging like how we do right now, that would make it even better. And that's honestly that's killed it for me for Ultimate Spider-Man a little bit too. Was that the dodging was kind of funky because they did improve. I feel like they improved on the combat in Ultimate Spider-Man and shit too because you could jump off of walls. You had
But you didn't have a dodge button like how you did in Spider-Man 2.
Exactly, that pissed me off because I said hit X to dodge. I mean A to dodge. I was like, bro, am I gonna get a specific animation? No, this nigga Venom just grabbed me and threw me across the football field and got 3 points. Like shit.
Nah, the problem is with that is the jump button is the dodge button. So it's like you're not dodging, you're just jumping out the way.
Yeah.
Exactly. They should if they would have put like unique dodge animations and shit. Like imagine you had a unique dodge animations for the Venom.
Yes, sir. Oh shoot! Oh, I almost forgot. Spectacular Spider-Man. Put that motherfucker in that Spider-Man tier.
I ain't forget. We going year to year, dog.
Hey, that theme itself make that muck S tier, bro. That theme definitely.
Yes, sir. Hey, what thing you think is better though? That Spectacular or that 90s, bro?
I got no 90s.
You gotta stop at 90s. It's not even close.
I think Spectacular is more catchy.
It depends on what you're in the mood for. But if you like rock like that and shit, and techno shit, you gonna fuck with the 90s more.
Because I feel like Spectacular's theme it's more catchy. Like, but I feel like that 90s theme is just that 90s theme is just iconic. Like it's just you play that theme and everybody gonna know like that's the 90s theme. Like
yeah.
All right, what's next?
Okay, so 2008 to what? I think we're going to what's it called? Andrew Garfield.
Shattered Dimensions.
Oh, there it goes. Big old age. I ain't gonna lie. Shattered Dimensions with the idea for that shit. The combat was solid. You could put that bitch in top tier, S tier.
You putting that in S tier, bro? Come on now.
Shattered Dimensions. Honestly, I would put Shattered Dimensions in high tier. Honestly speaking.
Stop it, S tier.
I'll put it in top tier.
Hear me out here. Hear me out here. The story is not really that good, but the gameplay, the fact that you could play as 4 different Spider-Man,
all unique.
That was the.
They were all different,
and
except like one of them.
That's the appeal of that game, in my opinion.
Black suit.
Who was it different? Who was it the same as?
Regular Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was just a regular one.
Oh, word! I don't even remember that.
Yeah, if you go back to it, it's kind of the same thing. It's like little stuff.
Yeah,
but I mean that wasn't that big of a deal. Because I mean it was Black suit.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah,
the bosses were fun as fuck.
Yes, sir.
And the first person shit too.
The first person stuff was cool. I've heard some people say they didn't like it, but I didn't mind it.
I liked it because I got to see myself bruise this nigga up.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so after that we have Edge of Time.
I never played it, but I've seen enough walkthroughs for it to say it's like high tier. Because the story,
I don't off the personal Spider-Man adaptations. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. Like it's probably like top 5, maybe it's like maybe top 5, but if I'm going up, like the story is fucking phenomenal. It's like Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time are literally the opposite of each other. Like the story for Edge of Time is great, the gameplay is in. The story for Shattered Dimensions is in, but the gameplay is great.
Exactly.
So I would probably put Edge of Time maybe at high tier.
Just because the gameplay knocked it down that much.
Yeah.
Because I love the story for that.
I would put high tier too.
And they gave Mikael O'Hara the spotlight.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Oh, now we're at the real meat of the meat of potatoes. We're at 2012. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and the game.
High tier.
I would say high tier.
I'm not
we talking about
Amazing Spider-Man, definitely top tier, bro. On the game.
I'm saying the movie.
I would not put the game in top tier.
I'm not
gonna lie.
Okay, now look,
for
the
that
game
time.
The game was fun. the game was fun, but
Mad fun.
webs was not on buildings. The web rush words. I sound like Kiki right now. Web rush mechanics was live. I fuck with that.
Like, I will give it. Like for me,
And honestly,
like,
the story was kind of better than the movie.
well, the story took place after the movie, so of course.
Yeah, they knew what happened, and even then, it would like if they were to do a sequel. Like if the sequel for the movie included the shit from the game, it would be great.
Exactly.
But like, cause to me, the combat felt too Arkham-y. Like,
They definitely tried to bop off it because Arkham City had dropped the year before.
and then like, but I
It
do
worked.
like in those Spider-Man, like not even.
Yeah.
2018 did this, where as you fight, your costume gets more damage. That is one thing
I love that.
that is one thing I do appreciate about both Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah, put that mug in top tier, bro.
For the what game?
Yeah,
I
you
would
gotta
just put
put
it
that
in
in top
mid tier.
tier.
I ain't about to lie to you.
You
The
gotta
game
stop.
admitted the bosses were fun.
I heard
we-
the game
hella
was
fun.
not that good though, because that's the reason why I didn't buy the game, because I heard a lot of people say that game wasn't that good. So that's why I didn't buy
It
it.
wasn't
It was
bad.
good.
Like,
It was
it's not-
one of
those
it's
games
not
where
I
bad.
was getting, like,
every
It's not a
achievement for
bad game. It's just like it's really not a bad game. It's just like it was Beanox's first attempt at an open world game, so I could kind of let it slide. But even still, it's like, how do you have games that came out in 2004 attaching abilities and shit, and this is 2012?
I said we could settle for high tier.
All right,
Oh, yeah, you can do high tier.
I'll let it slide.
Now,
All right, what's next after that? Okay.
the sequel.
Oh, well, no, actually, it's Ultimate Spider-Man because that came out in the same year too. Put it
You
in.
all right? Put it in mid or low tier.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
Spider-Man's
For
mid
sure.
tier, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Me too.
If we
It was
going off,
it was basically Avengers
if
and
we-
Spider-Man, bro.
if we going off of adaptations, bro, you might want to go ahead and put that in the obvious right, bro. I ain't about to lie to you.
Just off the name, because I really had hope held out for it.
Because if you think about it, that marketing stuff was really misleading. Because I don't know about everybody else, but
Wait,
when I saw
you can't put it. You can't put it.
Ultimate
Wait. No. Fuck that. You can't put it there. They got Childish Gambino on that mug. You better put that mug in
I
low
don't give
tier.
a fuck.
Who was Childish
I give a
Gambino on
fuck.
that?
I give a
That's
fuck.
my
You know
brother.
why I give a fuck,
I
bro?
will
Because
say,
this
I know
nigga
Donald
said
Glover.
that mug was nice, bro. The fights
that
and
mug
stuff,
said
the action was
Big
nice.
Donald,
Donald for
man.
Spider-Man, and he made that shit happen. So you better put that mug in low tier,
The
bro.
action
Bro,
in that show
nah,
was nice,
bro.
I will
Look,
give
that's
that.
cool.
Big Donald, nigga.
That is cool and all that, bro. But you gotta understand that
I'm
show
not trying
was
to hear
very
it.
misleading, bro. Think about it.
Misleading to who?
I mean, they did put him in there
To everybody, bro.
Towards the end,
Because
bro.
think
That
about
boy
it.
Miles.
Because
If you
think
go
about
look at the trailers, you would think it would be adapted from the comics, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
literally, if you literally, and
You
it did
understand, bro.
adapt some storylines from the comic books, but it was just too kidified. Like I
Yeah.
genuinely thought this was gonna be like, oh shoot, this was gonna because the animation looked good.
This is
art
gonna
style
put some
looked
hair
good.
on some kid's chest. They gonna see
Yeah,
what our
yeah.
goblin looked like. Like, no, bro, they gave us a bad Ultimate Goblin. How do you do that?
Yep.
Damn.
Nah,
They
I
technically
need
had
that shit
two
in
of
low
them, bro,
tier,
because
bro.
they had Miles.
Nah, they gave him a team. They gave this nigga the Defenders in high school. No,
Yeah.
he didn't need that.
I will say the action was nice. Like
The action was fine. Like it wasn't too crazy or nothing. Like when I would put it to you like this: when Ultimate Spider-Man hit, it definitely hit. Like it definitely was very nice.
I'm saying
But
put it in
just-
low tier, bro.
But just
Like you can
You
watch
can't
it.
say
I
there
still
wasn't
can
no
watch that to
moments.
this day. I still
you know
watch
what?
it.
Yeah, you put it in low tier just because there are certain episodes that you can watch. I'll put it in low
Yeah.
tier.
Yeah,
Just
just
because
because
it's
my boy
watched.
Donald like that, bro.
Who was Donald in that show?
He was Miles
He was
Morales.
Miles.
Oh my
Donald
God, he
Spider-Man.
wasn't even in there that long. He was in there for like 2 seasons.
That's all that
I mean,
matters,
it
bro.
was nice.
Donald
to
for
see
Spider-Man.
Not even that. He was only
It
in
was
there for
nice
like a
to
couple
team
of
up, though.
episodes, really.
Nah, they ended up bringing Spider-Man in from that dimension. So yeah, no,
I know, but
Donald
even
wasn't
still,
there.
yeah, I know, but even still, it wasn't like it was. I think for like a season, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was called the Web Warriors.
Gross.
Okay, so
yeah.
now we're going to Oh God, I ain't gonna
What's
lie.
this one?
I don't know what you're
Spider-Man
doing
2.
with that, bro.
Put it in
Hey,
low
you go
tier.
ahead and put that in mid tier or low tier, bro. I don't
Oh,
know.
here we go.
Nah, you
Here
cannot-
we go.
nah,
Low
I
tier is
ain't
too
gonna
low.
lie.
I'll put it in mid tier.
I ain't gonna lie. You can either put it in low tier or I'll be around territory, bro. I ain't even about to sit up here and lie to you, bro.
Listen, I was one of them niggas that's been still campaigning for Jamie Foxx's Electro, bro.
He wasn't bad though. That's the thing. The cast.
I don't want to hear that bullshit.
The cast was not
Y'all seen
bad.
No Way Home.
The cast
That was
was
shitting
not
on
bad.
Jamie Foxx's
It's
role in
just that
Electro.
story was
Like,
ass.
that shit was
It's only
ass.
so
No, because you was rooting for this. Not this.
Damn right.
You was rooting for that.
Damn right was.
You was rooting for that.
Niggas
No,
killing
Think
that
about
role.
it.
No,
Thank,
that
bro.
nigga
That was
throw
some
it to
You
that
you was rooting for Lil Baby.
That nigga throw it to that
Stop.
black
That middle picture right there, man. That's definitely
Damn,
me.
not little baby dog.
PF, OPL.
What the
Like,
fuck,
what
man?
was y'all do this, boy? Man,
Now,
Look at
this-
that suit,
this
bro.
is
Look at that
fine.
suit.
The
Like, y'all not
suit
gonna do
was
this.
cool.
That suit is crazy.
No,
That still go
no.
Then he
crazy.
did the
Fight was
itsy bitsy
like, I will
spider
say
and was
that
whipping
let-
No,
Andrew's
look,
ass.
this
Come
what
on,
this
bro.
what you
Yeah,
look
bro,
like
that's
rooting for. This
yeah,
what you
bro.
look like supporting this
That's how
version
they
of
look-
Electro.
that's how
Damn
they
right.
look
I'm supporting all the Electros because you know what? That's Jamie
But
Foxx. He's my
Saint,
top
bro,
5.
that Green
actors.
Goblin in that movie was trash, bro.
Oh yeah,
It
that
was,
shit.
yeah.
That
It was
He was a good Harry
trash,
Osborne, but
man.
he was that Green
He was
Goblin
a
was
trash
dookie.
Harry Osborne.
Stop it. He was not.
I
a trash
can
Harry Osborne.
look. If they was trying
Nigga
to
was a
convince me that
menace.
these niggas
That nigga need a
was friends,
toothbrush.
was once friends
He
at that
definitely a
point,
toothbrush.
I
He need a
couldn't.
comb and some gel.
Look at that, bro.
Dude's
Head
hairline
style, bro.
receded.
Look
That
at
shit.
him, bro.
Look, I don't like
what
that Green
even
Goblin. I
is
told you
bro?
that.
You
That
look like
shit
a
Fatherless
vampire,
child.
bro.
Hey,
terrible.
but look, he was kind of putting hands on Peter though. No cap.
Kinda.
And that
He
fight was
was,
like
nigga.
15, like what? Like 1 minute?
Another fatherless child.
5
minutes.
Oh my god!
He was only in the movie for like 20
They
minutes.
killed off filming Osborne for no reason.
Yeah, no, they did kill off the big
And
bad.
it
No,
was so many. I'm talking. It was so many plots in that mug that didn't need to be there. You had Peter and Gwen. You had Electro. You had Peter finding out doing some more of his parent shit. You had the Spider-Man stuff. You had the Harry stuff. That's 5 plots in one movie. Oh, and you had them trying to set up Sinister Six. That's 6 plots in one movie that don't
forget
need
about
to
the
be
Rhino.
there.
that's 2 6s. One more, and that movie is the devil.
You brung Rhino in for no reason, bro.
That's 6 plots in one movie that don't need to be there.
Like, bro, what was the point of putting Rhino in there if you ain't gonna show him fight, bro?
Yeah, that Rhino scene was kind of stupid. I'm not even lying to you.
Bro,
All right, now real quick, the game.
I'll be
part of
right.
that game was garbage too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The only good thing about that game was the web slinging because you actually had to, because you could use, if you wanted to go the left way, you use the left trigger to swing, and you wanted to go the right way.
No, I'm
you
not
wanted
trying to
use
hear
the
all
right
that.
stick.
That's very
That was the-
complicated.
That Amazing
That was the-
Spider-Man
it
2
sounds
it need to be in
complicated,
another
but
tier because that shit is
That
dookie.
mud
And
definitely.
you fought the Vanessa lover at the end.
In the black hole tier. Bro.
Vanessa.
That was terrible, bro.
All right,
That mud
hold
got
on.
old video clips. That mud having hecka glitches, bro.
Hold on, what is that? Homecoming?
Homecoming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all kind of did that
Man,
shit too quick.
I
My
ain't
brain
gonna lie.
couldn't handle
I might put that mid tier, but I did not really like
Stop it.
Homecoming like that.
that.
bro.
Oh my
I don't think
god.
it's mid tier. I don't think I can agree with you on that one.
No.
Well, I can't.
Hold on, what is
I
it?
can't. I can't agree
Homecoming,
on that
bro.
because Homecoming is good. Homecoming is a good movie, and it doesn't start to feel really like a Spider-Man movie to that third act though. But it's still a good movie.
It's a really good movie. I rewatched that mug.
Yeah. I mean, he's not as bad as the other one, but
It's
I
alright.
would put that mid
It's
tier. It's
alright.
like it's not. If I could pick a Spider-Man film, that's not one of the Spider-Man
It's
films.
alright.
I'd pick.
Of course.
That might not even my top 3 for
All I'm
picking.
gonna say,
stuff.
it's alright.
Of
That's why I
course.
said mud mid tier.
Of course, if I had a point, of course, but I'm gonna still watch Homecoming. Like I'm not.
Hold
gonna
on,
sit
we
there
not putting on. We not putting Far From Home low tier, bro. Y'all gotta
That-
stop with this
We
shit.
put
Bruh,
it.
that's
Come on and low
Y'all
tier.
gotta
That is not
stop
a
with
good.
this, bro.
I'm not rocking with that.
You gotta stop with this. Every time y'all bring up this movie, y'all never give me valid points on why it's a bad movie. Never.
It's boring,
Never.
bro. That's
I'll
a
tell you
boring-
why.
You think J.
That
Gyllenhaal?
mug is
Come on,
boring,
bro.
bro.
Stop it. The
That
Mysterio
mug is
spit.
boring, bro.
The
Stop it.
Mysterio
bro.
stuff is bad.
What,
Yeah,
talking
that's the best. No, you gotta
Man,
stop.
this movie's getting shit on right now.
I can't do it, bro. I'll see y'all on the next episode, bro. I can't
Listen.
do it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Far from home.
Yep, Corey.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold
Look.
on, I got a question.
What's up?
because I'm about to smoke the Far From Home pack because that movie is meaty.
Give me valid reason. Give me valid reason, bro.
I'm gonna tell
Bro,
you about
I'm
the reason why I think it's bad.
The villain,
What?
bro.
All right,
Not
look.
Jake Gyllenhaal
No.
himself. Not
Okay,
Jake
look.
Gyllenhaal
What?
himself,
Oh.
but just that overall plot, my nigga. I don't fuck with Tom Holland.
No,
up
that's
until this
different.
third movie.
The plot
And
is
so,
an issue, yes, but
man, look.
the character
Basically,
stop it.
I'm gonna put it like this in nigga terms, man. It took the nigga up until the third one to finally get his pack smoked, dog. He ain't get his pack smoked in the first two. So therefore,
He did get his pack
boring, my
smoked in the
nigga.
first one.
He got his pack. He
Man,
This nigga had a whole building dropped on him. Like, what are we talking
Man,
about?
dropped on him, I think.
Toby done got debris falling on him twice, my nigga, and he done broke out of that shit like the OG he is, my nigga. But that nigga Tom was over there trying to get his ass up out of that debris in the first one. You know
The
how
nigga
those
was
like,
a freshman in high school.
and then on top of
Toby
that,
was a whole senior, not even a
and then on
senior.
top of
He
that,
graduated high school.
hold on, and then on top of that, my nigga, it happened from a nigga that got cancer. It happened from a nigga that got cancer. You know what I'm saying? if you don't smoke that nigga like a cigarette, bro, and just like, come on, man.
To be fair, that nigga was still Batman at one point.
Yeah,
He was still,
but nah, the reason why
he was
I
still
don't
Batman.
Like, you're not finna disrespect Michael Keaton, bro. Like,
Listen,
is you good?
the reason
Man,
why
look,
I don't,
that's
listen,
another
I'll
subject
give you,
for today.
listen, I'll
Because
give
you know,
you,
I was about to say
listen,
some shit.
I'll give
Vulture's
you
alright.
three.
Vulture's
I'll
alright
give you
movie.
three valid points.
All
on
them
why
old
I
ass
do not-
Batman.
I'll give you three valid points on why I don't like.
Stop tweaking. Give me a valid
right now.
point, bro.
All right, look. So Peter is okay. So think about it. This takes place. This takes place after
Right after Endgame, yes, we know.
So Peter is so in my mind. Think about it. In Endgame, so in my think about it. In Endgame, what happened? Tony Stark died.
Yep.
Tony Stark died.
Hold on, I'm gonna stop you for 1 second, bro. What year is Peter in high school?
He's a junior.
Okay, continue.
Okay.
Anyway,
What that mean?
because
You continue.
Oh God, Andrew was a fucking sophomore. Shit,
Toby was a senior.
a sophomore, junior. I don't care.
No,
Andrew was
Andrew was a
sophomore.
junior. Andrew in the first Spider-Man movie was a junior, and then he graduated in 2. But that's not the point I'm trying to. But that doesn't matter. Okay.
No, just keep going. Keep going.
Okay, but look. So because he should die, I feel like the nigga should have some form of PTSD because that's very traumatic for somebody to see. And they didn't
So the
follow up on that.
Mysterio scene wasn't PTSD? Seeing the nigga Tony raised out of the grave? What are we talking about here?
It wasn't.
Oh
It was
my
Charlie.
God. And him
was
even
Charlie.
pointing out that everywhere he goes, he sees Tony? Come on,
If
bro.
they didn't follow up on that though, it's like okay, you can go
What?
off.
They literally followed up with the first goddamn scene.
Nah, look, they basically
They
they mentioned it at the beginning, but they never really mentioned it again. They never get mentioned again, and it never will get mentioned again.
I'm gonna stop y'all there because if they would have kept mentioning it, then y'all would have been, oh my God, get over it.
Nah, man. That shit, that movie was
I'll
family
be
friendly.
capping, bro.
But
Jalen,
That
look,
movie
bro.
was family friendly.
Saint, look, bro. Think about it. Iron Man 3. What happened after? What happened? That nigga Tony was.
Y'all shitting on Iron Man 3.
No, I didn't.
And I love Iron Man 3. Y'all shitted on that movie.
I didn't like. No, look, I didn't like it because of how misleading it was.
That was the best thing about Iron Man, him dealing with that trauma. But y'all shitted on that movie.
I was shitting on the Mandarin part. I hated how they did that.
Yes, the PTSD in Iron Man 3 was great.
And y'all sound like them same niggas that are like, oh my God, I love them Amazing Spider-Man. And where were y'all niggas back then, huh?
Nigga, shut up. You like the Amazing Spider-Man too.
I like Amazing Spider-Man too.
Yeah, that's the
I'm not
problem.
ashamed about it.
So what? Yeah.
I already told y'all I got a bias for Jamie Foxx. He's one of my favorite actors.
But
in my top
we're
5.
not saying Jamie was a problem. I'm talking about the freaking Green Goblin stuff in Amazing Spider-Man.
I said the Green Goblin shit was mid.
That's the problem, bro.
I told you that shit was mid.
That movie because of that, bro. That ruined.
And that's another thing I forgot to mention. The Amazing Spider-Man. We have to give them the credit. They had the best visuals out of all the Spider-Mans. I don't.
Yeah,
care,
they did.
bro.
Definitely, they definitely did. No cap.
Visuals. It is gorgeous.
I love that. I love that.
The best
I don't know. Because this No Way Home now probably topped that. No Way Home probably topped that.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
No,
I don't think it did. I don't think it did.
Because I was watching the movie. Look, I was even commenting on how dope the shots was looking during that movie. Like that? Nah, bro.
Bro, that
And then on top, and then on top of that, everybody talking about that motherfucking rain scene. You feel me? So like,
Yes.
hey,
No, that
like,
scene is beautiful, but it's not topping Amazing Spider-Man 2's.
Now I will
visuals or
say
Amazing
we're
Spider-Man
doing.
It's not topping the ending for one. That final swing from there, shit.
That shit, bro.
And then them jumping
The visuals
together,
is
bro,
dope, man.
off the Empire State Building.
Beautiful.
Visuals is dope.
Yeah, he's
Beautiful.
crack.
Crack it.
Now I will say that Toby versus not Toby, but that Andrew versus Electro fight, that mo was beautifully shot, bro.
Beautiful.
That,
Oh god.
that
The slow motion. Oh,
Man,
yeah.
man, I
sir.
fuck
Y'all
with
niggas
Amazing
not slick. That shit
Spider-Man,
ain't low
dog.
tier,
I
bro.
don't got
That
no
shit mid
quarrel
tier.
with the Amazing Spider-Mans, dog. Or I never did.
Now that
You
second
know what I'm
one,
saying?
Nobody
You know why?
did,
Because
though.
that
That's
shit
the
went. You know
thing.
why?
We
Because
thought
that shit went family
everybody
friendly,
named
like
Mama thought
MCU.
Andrew-
You feel me?
Everybody and their mama thought Andrew did a really good job.
Yeah.
he always did a good job. It was never him.
It was never him. His
Yeah,
story
I like I keep trying to tell you, like I didn't like his Peter Parker. The nigga was not he wasn't a nerd, bro. He was just some skater cool dude. I'm like, bro.
But
like,
you gotta
not even-
understand. But you gotta understand though. He's broke. He can't. He's broke. So that's what he would use. And from a modern adaptation, that's what he would use.
Stop
He's gonna
it.
use a skateboard to get to
Stop
school.
Stop. Hey, look, you can't tell me that nigga wasn't a loser. He looked like he drank Monster.
and then, I
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying, bro?
the
Exactly.
Unmazed, bro. I do like
That
Toby
nigga look.
and
That
Andrew's
nigga
Unmazed
needs
more
some
than Tom's
serotonin,
Unmazed.
Yeah,
yo.
I like Andrew's Aunt May. I like her.
She was good.
She was great. I definitely liked
I like her too, man. She remind me of the maid from the game, the 2018.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Hey yo, but no, moving on from that. Let's get it out the way.
Hold on, y'all not slick? Nah, that shit not in low tier. That need to be in mid tier.
Huh?
I can't. Moving
Man,
on.
leave it where it's at, dog. Moving on.
Nah, that
man.
one deserved to go.
This is the
Black
recent
Bolt.
Spider-Man, right?
Y'all
That's
got
the last
Yes.
cartoon.
Oh man.
disrespect, bro.
I can't.
Bruh.
So y'all
Is
gonna
that
tell me the
one even still
Mysterio
on,
scene
bruh?
wasn't visually appealing?
It was great.
We gotta
It
stop
was
this,
great,
man.
but I just don't like Mysterio's character in that. From every other adaptation, there's just
Shadow
so many
Realm.
other
That mug is
adaptations
on
that did
Shadow Realm.
Mysterio better.
That mud needs to get absolutely obliterated, bro. That Spider-Man 2019 is not it, bro.
Oh dang, I messed it up. Hold on.
Raiders.
I gotta change the
What the
color
fuck
back.
is that? This nigga adding tears and shit.
He got
do
that
wanna
Shadow
give a
Realm,
shout
bro.
out
That-
to
that
whoever
Spider-
is
Shadow
playing
Realm.
Mysterio,
Shadow
you know what I'm
Realm.
saying?
That mug needs to be burned.
No, what the hell is that movie? Is that a movie? What is that?
It's a cartoon, bro.
If you don't know what it is, that means it's gotta stay
It's
there.
good. Don't worry
Is that
about
the
it.
one with Drake
Later.
Bell?
No,
Nah,
don't worry
that was
about
a-
it. It's literally the
is
worst
that?
Spider-Man.
Hey, man,
ever.
Nah,
moving
nah,
on.
we need to
Moving
dive into this.
on.
No,
You
we
don't
need to
need to
dive
watch
into this.
Hey,
It's
hey,
We need to
literally
dive
the
into
worst.
this.
look it up
What
on
the
the sheet,
hell
bro.
is
Go
that?
Moving
look.
on.
I cannot make this up.
Nah,
That
I
is
need a
literally the
pic.
worst Spider-Man adaptation I've ever seen in
Let
my
me show
life.
you.
I need to see this.
It's
Just like we
worse.
saw that
Go
nasty
show-
ass
show
Doc
them the
Ock.
scene, bro. Show them the scene, bro.
No, yes,
I need
it is
to
worse than
see
that.
what this
It is
is.
worse than that.
That
I
mug is
cannot
garbage,
make this
bro.
up. It makes MCU Spider-Man look like a fucking 10.
Bro, look at
2017.
the animation on this show, bro. This animation is trash, bro.
Oh no, hold on.
Bro,
Wait, that isn't the one with Drake Bell?
look at that.
Yes,
Oh,
this
what
is
is
yes, this is
that?
the 2017 one. That one.
Let me see
Oh,
it go.
That's that
hell
Mar.
nah.
That's the ugly ass Marvel reboot.
Let me see a clip.
Oh, so this was on Disney Plus?
This is
on
on
Disney
Disney.
XD.
This is
Period.
on TV. This is
Oh.
on TV.
See, I
This
don't.
was-
I
And it
stopped
still
watching
comes on TV.
a decade ago. So I, like
That
nigga,
mug was garbage.
the last
bro.
thing I watched on TV was like The Walking Dead and How to Get Away with Murder.
No, hold on.
I remember seeing the trailer for this because I was actually looking forward to it.
Nigga, there's a trailer for this.
Yeah, I didn't even. I
Oh,
don't know.
Oh, I know. I see what y'all mean. So that's one of those shitty Marvel shows where they'd be like,
Yeah, well, they just basically brought it back just to
they'd be
bring
like
it back.
Wolverine and Avengers or something. You know, them little.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Yeah.
mug is
That's in the
terrible.
Shadow
Like,
Realm.
that mug
Yeah.
needs to be in the shower room, bro.
I had to make a new tier because of how bad that shit was, dog. Gee, why does it
Yeah.
suck?
Yeah, bro.
My goodness, what is that, bro?
Mug is nasty, bro. I remember I seen the trailer. I was like, oh, heck no.
No, I'm sorry. Let me give this man credit. Let me put his name there. Jay Blue before he copyright strike this shit.
Well, just skip ahead where it just
Yeah,
shows
just
some
skip ahead.
animation.
Yeah.
Just need 10 seconds of it.
Like, look at the animation,
Bro, I'm muted real quick. I'm sorry. Look, that's horrible.
I wouldn't say that's horrible, but that's like one of those
Gross.
No. You know, like one of them old shows, early 2000s, where like
like
Jackie Chan Adventures or some
background
shit.
doesn't move.
I would deal with
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like the background doesn't really move per se.
It's trash. It's trash. It's trash. Moving on.
Like that should be one of those shows where it's not a superhero show. Is what I mean.
No. Look, what does that fit?
Yeah, bro.
This
It's
is very
because-
2D in the way they're lighting
because-
it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like 2D.
Yeah.
Who is this nigga?
It's
Who
kind of
is this
flat.
nigga?
That's Uncle Ben. But listen.
If I was Uncle Ben, I want to die too.
No.
These shows are I can at least give it one thing over
What
MCU
the fuck
Spider-Man.
is
It has.
that?
I can
Turn it off.
I can
Turn it off.
at least give that show one thing over MCU Spider-Man. It has Uncle Ben in it. I can at least give it that.
Hey,
but
but they adapted Superior Spider-Man in this.
they definitely did. And it was trash, and they made it worse.
No, turn it
Is
off.
Spider-Man wearing a balaclava?
He was, bro.
Yeah, that nigga criminal.
A
He's Russian.
three-hole one?
Oh, so you know where these last two go?
No, it wasn't a 3-hole one. He cut two more holes in it.
Oh my goodness.
Bro. Put him in Spider-Man, bro. Put him in Spider-Man.
No, you need to put that in above that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Was it the Spider-Man?
Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's what you need to put. Yeah.
That mug definitely need to be in front of STR. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That 2018.
No, matter of fact, you gotta name it like Toby said. You are amazing.
Hey, that mug is a little bit different, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That mug.
You are amazing.
That mug is friendly. The neighborhood boy. That mug. God.
Oh, Peter Ford.
Hey, it's a dude that got a whole YouTube video about why that's the best adaptation of Spider-Man. Bro.
Look, if you got a PS4 or a PS5,
Hey, that's S tier
you need to
too,
get
bro.
Spider-Man.
I know I couldn't get all the way up there.
Yeah, I was about to start cussing, bro.
Hold on. Hey, but look, on some shit. I'm about to give this nigga his own category.
Yeah, that
Oh
movie
my
is
God.
definitely crack, bro. That mug
Yes, sir.
Exaggerated swagger of
a black
teenager.
teen.
That's
Nah,
what that IGN dude
Mine's-
said.
This is swag.
The exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
I hate that IGN of all people did not. No, that wasn't IGN. That was
It was
GameSpot.
GameSpot.
Yeah,
I wonder what made him
GameSpot.
say
I
that,
hate
though,
GameSpot.
like, exaggerated
I hate
swagger
GameSpot.
of black. I've never heard somebody say that before.
Yeah, he said that in the review, bro, and they got on his head.
I think
Nah,
these
he
gaming
didn't.
reviews they're just stupid, honestly.
He didn't say it in the review. He said it in like the
No, he said it in the review.
He definitely did.
He said it in the review,
Yeah, it was a review.
and in a written review too.
Exaggerated
And
swagger.
then he doubled down on it too.
I mean, he do got. I ain't gonna lie, Miles do got a lot of swag. But I did like.
You know, but not no exaggerated. Come on, bro.
exaggerated swagger of a black team.
There we go. That's the category.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
That looks
that's the
right.
tier
Yes,
list.
sir.
yes, sir.
If you haven't seen Spider-Verse, that mug is always going on sale. You probably missed the Black Friday sale. They've done it like 2 years in a row. That mug be like
No,
$5.
real- No, real shit. Go get
Oh,
that.
we didn't put
Cause
Miles.
go get real shit. Go get that, y'all. Cause even I
Oh,
ain't
the
seen
Miles
that.
Morales game is
Hey,
in here.
Yeah, that's
hey,
why I
go
just realized, I
get.
was like, y'all, we didn't
Hold
put
on.
Miles
I just want
Morales.
to I just want to give a little PSA. Hey, y'all really seen Spider-Verse? Go see that movie, y'all. That movie is really, really dope. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
You
Hey,
definitely
no, but if we
tweaked it. That
talking
mug a 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10.
now, Spider-Verse. Now, okay, out of this list, let's just say Spider-Man and all that shit. Miles Morales, it improved on everything they did in the last game,
Besides,
I like the
story, that's
gameplay
all
better
y'all
than
say.
They did.
Story ain't better.
but the story was not as good, and the game definitely felt a little short.
Actually, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Of course not. It's it being a DLC.
I'm gonna keep it a buck though. That story actually did have me tear up a little bit at the end.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
well, of course.
I also don't like Finn. I like and don't like Finn at the same time because it's like this nigga's this nigga's being basically your brother your whole life.
Yeah,
And
you
now
want to
you're
try
just
to
like,
kill him.
and now exactly, and now you like, bro, don't stop me and shit. I'm like, dude, she's literally trying to help you.
I understand.
You're
her,
smart,
though.
you're emotional and
understand
shit.
her
I
role,
understand, but still at the same time, dude, it's like unless you were somehow pitted against each other, there's no way y'all should have fell apart like that at the end.
Yeah. I mean,
Except for it.
she did feel like he lied to her though.
You didn't tell me you was a tinker, so now what? You tried to kill my mom at the rally at the beginning of the game. She could have died. And I lost my daddy.
Yeah.
And this is the game that did make me start crying like crazy, bro. That
ending definitely was sad though, bro.
The little voicemails that his dad would leave him. That shit had me crying like a bitch, bro.
I'm let you to find the prowler suit.
Hey, Big Uncle Aaron.
Yeah,
sir.
But all right, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed our Spider-Man tier list for the day. We will be uploading this in a very short amount of time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see y'all on the next podcast. Peace.
Hey, well, word up. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Peace.